how do you prepare for the police fitness test? So before we start anything, we need to understand what the police fitness test is. So the police fitness test is a multi-stage fitness test conducted over a 15-meter track. So to put that into simple terms, it's basically you stand at one end of the track, and then 15 meters ahead of you at the end of the track is the end of the track. Don't know why I made that awkward. And you then basically got to run between those 2 points to the sound of a tone, and you've got to keep within the tones. If you don't reach one end before you get to the tone, you basically lose like a life. You have like 3 lives, and if you fail to reach the end and get back again, so say for example you run once, don't hit the tone, come back, don't hit the tone, and you go a third time again back to the other end, and you don't make the tone, that's it. That's your score on the bleep test. But we're not going to worry about that. So you're literally just running between those 2 points, between the tones, and then as the test progresses, you'll hear on the recording. I've got the recording here so you know what you're getting, what to expect. It will tell you what level you're on, and then the tones will get faster. So then you have to run faster, making the test harder. So as I said, I've got the actual test here, so you know what to expect.
The 15-meter bleep test starts in 10 seconds.
Captain
Level
Charisma
1 starts with a double bleep after a 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So you start running, you're running along, and you reach your 15 meters, and then you turn back. It's run back to where you started from, running back over that 15 meters, run back to the other end again, and you just keep going until you can't reach those tones, or you've hit your score, where you're then told to stop. But yeah, and you just have to hit 5.4 on that test, and that's it. You've got your fitness test done. If you are worried about the test and you're concerned that you might not be able to do it, to put it into simple terms, you're running for 3.5 minutes. That is all. It's 3.5 minutes where you're covering where the total distance is 525 meters. It's not exactly a Herculean task, but I understand if you're concerned and worried about it. If you are someone who doesn't train regularly, isn't used to running, is a bit nervous about going to the gym, and isn't massively into sports. So if I was that person, how would I prepare for the bleep test? Well, the bleep test is essentially a running test. So I would prioritize your running. That's what I would do. I would make sure that I'm getting my runs in. Because if you can run 5 kilometers, you can do this bleep test, and you can do it easily, because when you consider that the average person can run 5k in 30 minutes, that's 30 minutes running. That's 10 times the amount of running that's going to be required for this bleep test. But as I said, if it's something that you're worried about, then we can talk through how you prepare. So how I would prepare for it is I would start off by plotting out a 5 kilometer route. And if you're not used to running, I'd start off by walking 2 minutes for 2 minutes, and then run for a minute, and then walk for 2 minutes again, and then run for a minute. And I'd keep repeating that until you've completed the 5 kilometers of distance. I'd really recommend that when you're plotting out your 5 kilometer distance, that you loop it back round to your front door. So you're not 5 kilometers away from your house and you're like, oh God, I've got to get back now. I mean, if you want to do that, it's an extra bit of fitness, and that never hurts, ever. And I would do that 2 to 3 times a week, just to get that running practice in. And then once you're finding that, once you've done that 2 or 3 times, I would then increase the running time from 1 minute to 2 minutes, and then rest for 2 minutes. And then again, once you've done that 2 or 3 times, the following week I'd increase that running time to 3 minutes, until you get to the point where you can run that 5k without having to walk or stop at all. And once you've done that, once you can do that, I can guarantee just that alone you'll be able to pass the fitness test. It's not, you don't have to overcomplicate things. I would recommend incorporating strength training exercises just to help the progression along a bit as well, and also to help avoid injury and overdoing it when you're out there running. So the exercises that I'd recommend for someone looking to get into running or improve their running are things like Bulgarian split squats, lunges, step ups. So when I say step ups, I mean like get like a box or a bench or something like that, and literally just step up on top of it and then step back down again. You want to be doing high repetitions of these, because we're looking to build that muscle endurance. We're not looking for massive amounts of power or strength. We're just looking to build up that muscle endurance and build a bit of strength to help your legs carry your body. And I say that because when you're running, you're putting roughly, because you're going from one leg to another, you're putting twice your body weight through each leg, because you're not just standing on it, you're putting it down with force to propel yourself forward. So you're having to exert a decent amount of force through your legs. And these strength training exercises will help strengthen up vital points within your legs, such as your ankles, your knees and your hips. Not only will it improve the strength, but also improve the mobility, and that will make your running a lot easier and a lot easier. In addition to that, I'd also incorporate core exercises into your training. And when I say core exercises, I'm not talking about plank, or like where you're sitting in that plank position for hours on end. That's not core. That is not a core exercise. That's just torture, and you're just torturing yourself for the giggles of it, and it's not fun. Time stands still when you're doing a plank. Trust me on that. And I'm also not talking about doing sit-ups either. Endless crunches. I wouldn't do. What I would personally do is I would do farmers walks. So you get like a weight on one side. So you get a weight, you pick it up with one side and you walk over a set distance. And if you haven't got a great deal of distance, I'd get a weight in one hand and basically do high knees. So bring your knee up to your chest, nice and slowly, nice and controlled, for about a minute on each hand, because the weight in one hand will pull you over to one side, and you'll have to use your core muscles to pull yourself back up straight. And then I'd also recommend doing deadlifts, because deadlifts are great for your core strength. I do some walkouts as well. So you're standing, go into all fours and then walk out as far as you can, and then walk back in. And I say that because your back is meant to bend. I'm going completely off tangent here, but the main point is those core exercises are going to challenge your core and strengthen your core, so that you can keep an upright posture when you're running. Because I do it when I run. Like I do it because I'm not really fit enough, particularly over long distances. When I start to get over 10 kilometers, I start to hunch over, and when you start to hunch over, you start to restrict your breathing. Yeah, you want to try and keep a nice straight back, so then you can fill your lungs with air and keep that breathing regular. Right, cool. Yeah, that's it for this video. I hope it's been of some help. I hope you have a better understanding of the fitness test or the bleep test. I kind of went off on a tangent there. I'm going to put at the end of this video some exercises so you can actually see what I'm talking about and you actually understand what I'm referring to when I'm talking about Bulgarian squats, lunges, deadlifts, farmers walks, and all that sort of thing. Yeah, anyway, so that's the end of the video. Hope you liked it. Hope it's been of some use to you. Subscribe to the channel, please. Stay 2 Fitness out.